Hello everybody, welcome to the powerful Uttarashadha Nakshatra, 21st of the Vedic Nakshatras, but hidden within this Nakshatra at the very end is a secret, invisible, powerful Nakshatra as well. Something to be revealed, and of course, this is another of those undefeated areas of the Nakshatra Mandala, powerful karmas, powerful capabilities. If you're new to my channel, of course, don't forget to sub below. The video is good. Give it a thumbs up. Thank you. Let's go. First of all, everyone, what exactly are the nakshatras? Why are they so important in astrology, and when and where do we use them? Put simply, the nakshatras are the night sky, or the stars in the night sky, the constellations we see in our galaxy. They're actually linking us to the higher lokas and bringing our karmas down in a mystical way through the nakshatra into the rasi, into our life. Parashara has written, God has decorated the heavens with constellations like pearls on a dark steed. The light of the sun hides them in the day, and all knowledge of them is divined in the darkness of the night. The word nakshatra actually means protecting the night from destruction. What is being protected from destruction? Our minds, because these nakshatras are moon ruled, because the moon is the lord of the night sky, and only in the night sky do we see these constellations. In the same way, sun is the lord of the daytime, lord of the day, and he rules the sun signs, of course, the rasis or zodiac signs. And both the moon and the sun are working together in this way. Nakshatra and rasi, zodiac signs, working together, we have real astrology. Don't forget, the stars are the basis of astrology. The rasis or zodiac signs come from the nakshatras, not the other way around. In fact, they can never be separated. Nakshatra must always fit in with the rasi exactly. With the sidereal zodiac, this is always happening. If they are in any way separated, true prediction, true astrology is not possible. Let me illustrate this for you. Here's an illustration, everybody. Kara Pandit Sanjay Rath of the 27 Nakshatra scheme. It shows us perfectly how they map mathematically together with the rasis. On the outside are the 27 nakshatras, and every pada mathematically and perfectly linked with the sidereal zodiac on the inside. And more importantly, there are actually 3 portions to the nakshatra scheme. Can you see 3 equal divisions that are occurring at each Gandanta break? Gandanta is where water sign meets fire sign. Cancer, Leo, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Pisces, Aries in the sidereal zodiac. And these Gandanta dangerous crossings, danger points, switch points, affect all of our karmas. And this break, this threefold division of this nakshatra mandala is very important because it is relevant to our lives. First is the early childhood and adulthood portion of our lives. Second section is our middle adulthood. And third, late or old age. And you map these in your own chart, starting with your birth nakshatra, the moon nakshatra. More than that, you can even make exact predictions of every single nakshatra and meaning in your life from your Janma Nakshatra. So many predictions can be made. I will definitely make some future videos bringing these up for you. Right now, let's start with the basics. Let's understand the 27 nakshatras in this series, and most importantly, the ones that you should be looking out for in your birth chart. So which nakshatras matter in your chart? Well, I've just shown you every single nakshatra, whether a planet is there or not can be used to make predictions. But definitely wherever there are grahas, including Rahu Ketu, those nakshatras are important for you. But still, let's cut it down to the bare basics, everybody. I would say there are 4 important positions in regard to nakshatra that you definitely need to study and to understand. First and foremost is the moon or Janma. Janma means birth nakshatra. This is most important. Now, the moon is the mother, and the moon Janma Nakshatra actually relates us genetically to our mother's biological line. Some of that psychological and biological karma coming down is actually shown in this nakshatra. And secondly, moon is society. So moon Janma Nakshatra shows us how we get on with other people, how we move in society. So much of our outer experiences in life can be seen from this Janma Nakshatra. And many fundamental personality traits can be seen from the moon Janma Nakshatra, definitely. Not from the Lagna so much, not from ascendant, ruler, ascendant, all of that. No, it's the moon, it's the mind, it's the Janma Nakshatra. Don't forget, personality changes all the time. As you get older, you'll see it clearly. Personality develops through life, changes just like the moon. So study your Lagna or Ascendant Nakshatra. This will show you how you integrate yourself with society as a physical body. What do you look like? How do you dress yourself? How do you present yourself to other people as a physical being? And how intelligent are you? Or more importantly, actually, what do you do with your intelligence? How do you make decisions? And very important, do not delegate understanding of the sun, of Surya or Ravi Nakshatra. This is so important. How do you maintain vitality? So much to do with health, actually. Lagna and Nakshatra, some way to do with health, but sun, very much so. And how do you maintain dharmic action, righteous action, and spiritual development also linked with the sun nakshatra? And definitely understand your Atmakarika Nakshatra. This is so important. Atmakarika means the highest degree planet in your chart. This contains a whole heap of karma that will bring very difficult circumstances into your life. Lord of this nakshatra, Lord of this Atmakarika nakshatra will help you actually to deal with these karmas. Important to understand, most definitely. By the way, if you're not sure what is your highest degree planet, check at the bottom of my description box. There's a website there where you can bring up your birth chart with the Atmakarika listed, and indeed all the nakshatras in your chart. Uttarashadha Nakshatra, then the Lord is the sun, Surya, one of the symbols of planks of the bed, and the deities are the Vishwadas. Basically, these are the universal gods themselves. The color is a sparkling copper. The purpose is moksha, liberation, direction south, and the body part, the waist. So this nakshatra, Uttarashadha, is the latter undefeated one, just like previous was the Purva Ashadha, the former undefeated one. So they are both undefeated. These two nakshatras mean victory. That's the thing. And the deities are the Vishwadevas, basically the universal gods, but connected in a way to the universal form of Vishnu shown here. And this is a key thing about Uttarashadha. It is universal. It is bigger than the own person. It is going on into a grand understanding of their purpose with humanity. Throughout life, they will become more about serving others, doing something big in the world. But there's a challenge they're going to have to face before they get there. And we'll talk about that as well. In fact, the whole purpose of the Vishwadevas is to give a skill set. And the bottom line is truthfulness, good timing, forthright desire, and firmness, ability to get together all resources at their fingertips, whatever it is, by their individual karmas, and utilize them to get success. What a blessing. It's a totally resourceful nakshatra. And you see, everyone, what's going on is even if these people have disabilities, problems, bad start in life, whatever it is, they come up from that. They use that disability as a prop, as a resource. They find a way to use everything to get success, to give them purpose. They are very ambitious and they never give up. And that's one of the reasons they can be so successful. And here's another reason why Uttara Shadha is so successful. One of the symbols, planks of the bed. The thing is, they push themselves, but they are a little bit austere as well. Planks of the bed, that's not a comfy bed, is it? That's not a good night's sleep, you mightn't think, but that's the thing. It's a symbol of austerity. These people can par down all the luxuries of life and just focus on goal because they are definitely not lazy people. That's the thing. But here's the other thing, bed means rest. They do need rest. They do need to take care of their health. They can push themselves relentlessly and they have to be careful about this. Now, the symbol is the tusk of the elephant, just like previous nakshatra, but here the special link is to Lord Ganesh himself. Once again, it's a special blessing because Lord Ganesh removes the obstacles. He's about new beginning. He's about success in any enterprise. It's very favorable indeed. The special blessing of Lord Ganesha is to actually give them the ability to keep going. Whatever they start, they see it through. These are not people who just halfway stop and start doing something else. No, they think about it, they commit themselves, and they complete tasks. And this is one of the reasons they can be successful. Of course, affliction to this nakshatra, and can be hard going to actually get the goal completed, but still they will be successful. They have a very good sense of timing. That's the thing. And here's another thing, they like to complete the job themselves. They know they can get it done best, so they are not afraid to do what needs to be done every time. And not surprising that the sun, Surya, is the actual lord here, planetary lord Surya. This is a big key for anybody with Uttara Shadha who is having problems in life. Just like the sun, you need regularity. Sun is about authority, recognizing authority and being persistent towards goal, being ambitious, being composed, but definitely being regular. Here's the thing, get up to greet the sun every day. Have regular daily habits. This will give you success in life, calm you down, help you sleep better on that bed. Don't forget that was a bit austere, right? The sun will help you and improve your health. So if you have Uttara Shadha strong in your chart, getting up early to greet the sun as much as you can will be very, very helpful for you. Now, it's important for everybody with this Uttara Shadha, but especially the Capricorn segment because Saturn has come here as well. And Saturn and the Sun are enemies to each other. Sun is about bones, teeth, cardiovascular system, knee problems when you get Saturn involved. So systematic organization of the life, regular habits, and you can avoid actually quite a lot of physical distress and become healthy, motivated, and optimistic. That's important. But of course, this nakshatra spans two signs, Sagittarius, ruled by Guru Jupiter, and Capricorn, ruled by Saturn. And they're quite different because Guru rules Sagittarius. Guru and the Sun, it's a good combination. So once again, we have spiritual warriors, we have optimism, we have philosophical endeavors, all of this in the Sagittarius portion of this Uttara Shadha. But as I've just said, Capricorn, we have Saturn as the Lord. Saturn, the Lord, and Sun are dire enemies to each other. So here we can get into a tricky situation. Health-wise, I've just discussed regularity, it'll be fine. But there can be issues with the father because Sun-Saturn combinations in any way in a horoscope give difficulty with authority, teachers, government, and father particularly. These people need to conciliate. They need to be able to deal with authority figures, difficult teachers, all of this thing, parents, etc. They need to conciliate, not just Capricorn, but all of this nakshatra. Certainly Sagittarius portion though need to calm down more. They need that bed, that austere bed, and get a bit of quietude because they can be too driven, too restless, whereas Capricorn portion is definitely normally much more organized. Something special though about Uttara Shadha Nakshatra is that the final 4 degrees or slightly less than that, because don't forget Uttara Shadha ends at 10 degrees Capricorn. So 3.5 degrees, final degrees, is actually going into the very mystical but hidden Abijit Nakshatra, which is not utilized in this Kali Yuga, but it is actually there. Let's explore a little bit. But you see, Abijit gives the ultimate victory, the absolute guaranteed success, and Krishna himself took it away at the beginning of Kali Yuga. Why did he do that? Because at the beginning of the battle, just prior to it, the evil side could have started this war during the moon's transit in this area of the sidereal zodiac, which, because Abijit gives absolute success, could not be allowed to happen. So he removed it, mystically removed it. And that's because in Kali Yuga, which is going to go on for hundreds of thousands of more years, don't be misled, there is always war, there is always conflict. And in every war conflict, there is always more or less a righteous and an unrighteous side. That's necessity to happen, otherwise there wouldn't be any war between them. They would agree on everything, right? So he could not allow, the supreme person, God, could not allow for the evil forces to have absolute victory, at least at the beginning of Kali. Eventually, of course, things will alter. So basically, this is what had to happen. Abijit had to be hidden during Kali Yuga. Of course, it is still used in time of day, muhurta, every 40 minutes or so. That's another subject, but it's not a birth chart, it's not a horoscope, it's not karmas. It is just timing techniques where that can be just before midday, just before midnight, depending on sunrise. Not the place to go into that. So Abijit is actually fortunate for timing, but not for the karmas, not for the absolute success in a horoscope. When the moon is here, no, it is not the time to begin something because it's Abijit. It doesn't go like that now. So in your chart, everybody, if you have planets in these degrees, think of it as Uttara Shadha Nakshatra. That's what's happening. Now, the mongoose, this little carnivorous animal, is the animal totem for Uttara Shadha. This is what I spoke about at the beginning of this video. You see, I said absolute success, but something has to be dealt with first. The thing is that the mongoose is known to actually trap and consume snakes. And what are these snakes? Well, naga serpents at the highest level are the occult wisdom, knowledge, brilliant. That can be consumed. That is the favorable aspect. On the lower level, though, snakes is lusty nature, too much sexuality. Sexual desire has to be controlled, curbed, or the wrong direction happens. You get lost on the path. But there's also lust for victory, lust for success. Just like previous nakshatra, it's about fighting, it's about getting success, victory. But here, it's a little, it doesn't look it here by this picture, but it is a little more controlled, a little more focused. But to get the right focus, the lust inside has to be focused and controlled. Then the right direction comes to this Uttara Shadha people, so they can fight the right battles, not waste their time. And of course, they are superb military people, strategists, brilliant managers, all of these things, CEOs. But whoever they are, whatever they do, when Uttara Shadha is strong, there's an inner sense of irritability. They become quickly inflamed and really irritable with other people who are slower than them, who are not sorting out problems. They will just say, leave it to me, I will do it. This feeling of having to deal with really annoying people who can't sort things out the way they would like them sorted out is a big factor for Uttara Shadha natives. But there again, let's face it, they are heroic. When they find their niche, when they find their path, they will put 100% into it. They are not lazy, far from it. They are 100% workaholics. Uttara Shadha Nakshatra people. And one thing for sure, whatever they eventually settle on and accomplish, it will be something new. It will be pioneer. It will be something fresh, something extraordinary. And they are successful because they are focused, whereas previous nakshatra lacked a little bit of that focus. So this complete focus, this real focused ambition can give them success. And they can be very stoic, you see. They can endure in harsh conditions, unfavorable circumstances keep on going. Once again, it's that bed, right? It's that toughness. It's that ability to do without to eventually gain what they are searching for. But when those malefics get involved in this Uttara Shadha, particularly in the Capricorn part where Saturn is, sometimes they can become feeling that they will never find that pot of gold. They are going here, there, everywhere, just not being satisfied. Even Sagittarius with that optimism, if there are malefics involved, there can be delay in finding correct path. But don't give up. The path will open to you. You must keep the faith. And so sometimes people with this Uttara Nakshatra travel a lot. They're going here, there, everywhere, pioneering into new areas, doing things new, but it never seems to sort out correctly, no matter how they try. That's okay. It's the later victory. It's the later success. It's the latter success, not the beginning. So a lot of trial and error, controlling the self, I just spoke about that, and success is guaranteed. Many successes, love relationships, home situation, family situation, career. There can be late success with this Uttara Shadha many times. So if you feel as though you're just wandering around in a wilderness, you'll get there, most definitely. And the other factor is that they have to be true to themselves. Don't forget, truth and perfect honesty is so important. These people cannot be dishonest. They feel really bad if they don't tell it like it is, right? But they have to be true to themselves as well. And when they do find true path, when they feel this is my goal, this is who I am, this is what I should be doing, they become less irritable. You know, all the irritability and the impatience goes, because this is a patient nakshatra. This is a dharmic nakshatra. And the goal is moksha, liberation, and the Lord is the sun. So this is very spiritual. So these people might not seem spiritual, but deep inside they know that just having money, resources will not satisfy them. They may get those things, many other karmas, but it's not the aim in life for them. That's the thing. And on another note, everybody, back to Surya, back to the sun, hot countries can be helpful for them, can soothe them, make them feel good. So not necessarily Egypt, but here it is. Going into these dry, hot places can actually be good. It doesn't have to be like this. Here's the thing. It could be somewhere like this. Very nice, right? The thing is, the more sun is helping them, warming their bones. Sun is the bones, the healthier and happier they can be. But of course, see the whole chart. But it is definitely good for them to have sunshine in their life. One of the reasons is that it calms down one of the most difficult factors about Uttara Shadha. I've mentioned they can become irritable, they can become impatient when they feel stressed and they feel other people aren't doing what they want them to do. Let me do the job myself could be their mantra, but they are extremely focused on getting things done how they would like it. They can be a little bit know-it-all. I have to bring this in. They know the strategy. They know how things should be done, and this can disturb relationships sometimes. So solution might seem to become self-employed, do it their way, nobody to bother them, right? That can be good. They can be fantastic entrepreneurs, certainly. But on the other hand, I said before, conciliating, meeting people halfway is good. Why? Because the other big obstacle to their success is ego. If the sun is any way afflicted, they've got to bring egotism down. They need to cooperate, meet people halfway. That's the clue to the ultimate success. And nowhere is this going to be an issue, everyone, than in intimate partnership relationships, definitely. What's going to happen? Well, there can be dissatisfaction in intimate relationships, struggling to connect, being a little bit emotionally distant sometimes as well. Uttara Shadha Nakshatra people. Very often they can go through many unsatisfactory relationships, feeling that they will never find the right person, but they will. It's the latter victory, later victory. In the end, even late in life, they will settle down with the right partner. Or they can have earlier marriage, but it just doesn't gel. The connection isn't happening, or there's always problems happening until in the end, later victory, everything settles down. But they are loyal people at heart. They do not want to be dishonest in a relationship. This really makes them feel bad. They need to be open, honest, trusting, but something can stop that happening if there is malefic affliction. Still, they are family minded. They are very dutiful people, and this will in the end bind them in a good relationship situation. See the whole chart, but that's the general picture, the later victory. When the ascendant is in Uttarashadha Shadha Nakshatra, there's a lot of different paths in life. New decisions taken virtually every so often. New path, pioneer here, pioneer there, start something new. It can seem almost slightly chaotic, some charts, depending on the actual planets who are aspecting ascendant. Will they ever settle down? Will they ever settle in their relationships, business, job? People may be thinking this, particularly with the Sagittarius portion, which is most of Uttarashadha Nakshatra. And even Capricorn, there can be self-doubt, worry, caution, making decisions as well. So it can seem like they're never going to reach the goal, but they will. Keep on going, keep on trying. Later success often comes. And very important that they cooperate, that they conciliate, because ascendant is looking at the 7th house relationships. They can have a lot of stress in their relationships if there is just one malefic afflicting this first 7th axis. And the moon is probably the most difficult placement here from the ones I'm going to be speaking about here, because the moon is emotion, settling, domestic life. And we have discussed on the video, Uttara Shadha take time to settle down. So there can be a feeling of loneliness, of isolation. Some charts, particularly Capricorn, Pada, there can be feeling of depression, not being able to connect deep feelings with other people. And the moon wants to feel comfortable, secure, but this is a moving around nakshatra, searching, pioneering, a little bit of austerity. The moon doesn't like any of this stuff. And the moon is mother. Sometimes, the whole chart has to be seen, please don't forget, but sometimes moon here can put pressure from the mother, or the mother is very dominating, very pushy, but there is a strong connection to her sometimes as well. So family happiness, security, peace in life takes time to come when the moon is in Uttara Shadha, but it will come in the end. It is guaranteed that the ultimate victory, settling down, family life, even having kids, etc. Have to see the whole chart again. But all of these things will happen, even though later in life, because the moon is in a nakshatra, which guarantees the later victory. Now, the sun being in Uttara Shadha has a better time than the moon because this is the sun's nakshatra. So the sun can have a lot of ego here, and that's one of the downfalls. You've got to get rid of too much I know how to do it. I'm the one who knows how things should be done. You can be a fantastic leader, strategist, military person, very, very physical even, very, very austere, putting up with difficult circumstances willingly. So it's going to guarantee success because you are disciplined, because you stick with it. You get up early in the morning, hopefully you'll have loads to do in the day. You'll be an absolute workaholic. A lot to be said for it, but get the rest. Don't forget, it may be austere on that bed, but you need time of rest and recuperation. Don't push yourself too hard, or there can be health issues. If the sun is afflicted, though, don't forget this can give authority problems, or with the father, particularly Capricorn portion of this nakshatra. Once again, solution is conciliation, meeting people halfway. Don't become too proud to do that. And if the Atmakarika, the highest degree planet, is in Uttara Shadha, stay patient, stay focused. You may definitely feel as though you are going round in circles. Whatever you do, it doesn't work out. There's always a new problem. There's always a new obstacle. It's because, of course, the Vishvadevas mean universal good. You've come here sole purpose to do something bigger than just for you. It isn't just your victory, it's a victory for everybody. You have to give something back to society. But it's the later victory, so there may be many defeats, there may be many wrong turnings taken, but in the end you will get that recognition, the inner feeling that yes, this was what I was born to do, and it will be something which is serving humanity in some capacity. It has to go beyond ego. This applies, though, to everybody with Uttara Shadha Nakshatra planets particularly. You are going to get so much help, resources. You will pull together so many strands in your life that it may seem for a long time like the whole jigsaw doesn't fit until one day, there it is. Everything has fallen in place. Hope the video was instructive to you. Look forward to your comments. Don't forget to sub below if you're new. Goodbye for now, and God bless everyone.